The night sky over Israel flickers with an eerie light show, a surreal and haunting display of conflict. Streaks of fire rise to meet incoming rockets, each detonation a stark reminder of the constant threat to the nation's existence. The Iron Dome, a symbol of defense, works tirelessly to protect lives. From the bustling streets of Tel Aviv, where life tries to maintain a semblance of normalcy, to the quiet kibbutzim dotting the countryside, the ever-present danger of conflict casts a long shadow over daily life. For decades, Israel has sought security and peace, yet the path to achieving those goals remains fraught with challenges. Diplomatic efforts and peace talks have been numerous, but the journey is far from over. The recent escalation in violence beginning in May 2024 serves as a grim reminder of the complexities of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Each clash, each skirmish adds another layer to the already intricate and painful history. It is a conflict marked by deep historical wounds, political stalemates, and a profound lack of trust. The scars of past confrontations linger, influencing the present and casting a shadow on the future. Yet, amidst the turmoil, the spirit of Israel endures, a testament to the resilience of a people determined to secure a peaceful future for generations to come. Community gatherings and acts of solidarity showcase the unyielding hope and strength of its citizens. The human cost of this conflict is immeasurable. The aftermath of rocket attacks leaves behind a trail of destruction and heartache, affecting countless lives. Families live with the constant fear of rocket attacks, their lives disrupted by the piercing wail of sirens. The shelters, though a place of safety, are a stark reminder of the ever-present danger. The emotional toll on both sides of the conflict is profound, with generations growing up amidst violence and uncertainty. Children, the most vulnerable, bear the brunt of this ongoing strife, their innocence shattered by the harsh realities of war. The quest for peace, for a future free from fear, is a universal aspiration, yet the path towards that future remains elusive. Peace rallies and symbolic gestures offer a glimmer of hope, but the journey towards lasting peace is a challenging and ongoing endeavor. The relative calm of early 2024 was shattered in May, a month that would be remembered for its sudden and intense escalation of conflict. A series of events sparked by long-standing tensions in Jerusalem ignited a new wave of violence that quickly spread across the region. Militant groups in Gaza launched a barrage of rockets into Israel, targeting civilian centers and causing widespread alarm. The familiar shriek of air raid sirens once again echoed across Israeli cities and towns, sending residents scrambling for shelter and safety. The Iron Dome, Israel's sophisticated missile defense system, roared to life, intercepting the incoming threats with precision. It intercepted countless rockets, preventing widespread casualties and damage. But the psychological impact remained. However, the constant threat, the disruption to daily life, and the psychological impact of living under fire took a heavy toll on Israeli society, leaving many in a state of perpetual anxiety. Schools closed, businesses shut down, and a sense of anxiety permeated daily life, affecting every aspect of normalcy. The rocket attacks from Gaza were indiscriminate, aimed at sowing fear and terror among the Israeli population, leaving destruction in their wake. Hamas, the militant group that controls Gaza, claimed responsibility for many of the attacks, justifying them as a response to Israeli policies and actions. The international community condemned the rocket attacks, urging all sides to show restraint and de-escalate the situation, but the path to peace remained elusive. Faced with an unrelenting barrage of rocket fire, Israel launched a comprehensive military operation in Gaza, aiming to neutralize the threat and protect its citizens. The Israel Defense Forces, or IDF, carried out a series of airstrikes targeting Hamas military infrastructure. These strikes focused on rocket launch sites, weapons depots, and command centers, aiming to cripple Hamas's ability to launch further attacks. The IDF emphasized its commitment to minimizing civilian casualties. They used precision-guided munitions and provided advance warnings of impending strikes to allow civilians to evacuate targeted areas.
Military officials stressed that the operation was a direct response to the rocket attacks. They aimed to restore calm and security for Israeli citizens who had been living under the constant threat of rocket fire. They accused Hamas of using civilians as human shields, deliberately operating in densely populated areas to complicate IDF operations and increase the risk of civilian casualties.
The IDF released footage of what it claimed were Hamas operatives launching rockets from civilian neighborhoods, further illustrating the challenges faced in conducting military operations in such environments. They alleged that Hamas was using hospitals and schools as cover, making it difficult to target military assets without risking civilian lives. The military operation in Gaza drew significant international scrutiny and criticism. Media outlets around the world covered the conflict extensively, highlighting the humanitarian impact. Human rights groups expressed deep concerns about the rising number of civilian casualties and questioned the proportionality of Israel's response, calling for greater protection of non-combatants. The international community, including the United Nations and various global leaders, urged Israel to exercise restraint and seek a ceasefire. They emphasized the urgent need to avoid further escalation and loss of life, advocating for a peaceful resolution to the conflict. Even as the conflict raged, Israel maintained its commitment to providing humanitarian aid to the people of Gaza. Trucks carrying essential supplies, including food, medicine, and fuel, crossed into Gaza through the Kerem Shalom crossing. Israeli hospitals treated wounded Palestinians, providing them with the same level of care as Israeli patients.
Aid workers on the ground described harrowing scenes of destruction and suffering. They spoke of families who had lost their homes, children traumatized by the constant bombardments, and a desperate need for basic necessities. Despite the challenges and risks, these individuals worked tirelessly to alleviate the suffering of civilians caught in the crossfire.
Israel's humanitarian efforts in Gaza showcased the country's commitment to upholding human dignity even in the midst of conflict. The IDF coordinated with international aid organizations to facilitate the delivery of aid and ensure the safety of aid workers. These efforts underscored the complexities of the conflict, highlighting the human toll on both sides. As the conflict escalates, the world watches with growing concern. International reactions are varied, with some nations calling for immediate ceasefire, while others support defensive measures.
Many countries are now actively engaging in diplomatic efforts to de-escalate the situation. Protests have erupted in several major cities, with people demanding an end to the violence and a return to peace talks.
The global community remains deeply divided on the best course of action. However, the urgency for a resolution is universally acknowledged, as the humanitarian crisis continues to worsen.
International organizations are also stepping up, offering mediation and humanitarian aid to those affected by the conflict. The hope is that through these combined efforts, a pathway to lasting peace can be found.
Only time will tell if these diplomatic efforts will bear fruit, but the international pressure for a peaceful resolution is stronger than ever.
Iran and Hezbollah have long been influential players in the region. Their involvement in the conflict is both strategic and ideological.
Yeah, their support for militant groups has added layers of complexity to the already volatile situation. Iran's backing of Hezbollah in particular has significant implications for regional security.
Living in southern Israel, we face constant threats, but our community remains strong and united. The resilience here is truly inspiring.
Indeed, The spirit of unity and resilience in the face of adversity is a powerful testament to the strength of the human spirit. Communities on both sides continue to show remarkable courage. Despite the ongoing conflict, there is a shared desire for peace and coexistence. Many people on both sides dream of a future where their children can grow up without fear, where they can live side by side in harmony. Achieving a secure and peaceful tomorrow requires sustained efforts from all parties involved. It demands dialogue, understanding, and a commitment to finding lasting solutions. The journey is long, but the hope for peace endures. Thanks for joining us on this journey through the world's ongoing conflicts. If you found our insights valuable, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on the latest developments. Together, we can deepen our understanding of the challenges facing our world. Stay informed, stay engaged. This is Edge of Conflict.